2015, a year characterized by hope. Hope for success, significance, and impact. A year defined by the transformation of many lives. A year defined by courageous leaps of faith, and a year of increased hope and expectation. A year where our attendance grew 30%, our income grew 38%, and our children's church grew 41%.
While as exciting as this is, and as grateful to God as we are,
We must do more.
our average attendance reached 1,094 people, but we need to create capacity for many more.
We witnessed 1,612 people commit their lives to Christ, but there are more people we need to reach.
165 people chose to be baptized, but we need to see more people do so in 2016.
An average of 184 children attended church each week, but there are many more children we need to impact. We began to raise leaders, but we need to raise many more.
About 32% of our church attend connect groups, but we need to see more people connected.
Miracle Offering reached 1.4 million rand, but we need to raise even more to have an even greater impact.
During Love Week, our young adults and teens raised 33,000 rand for Dare to Care, making a massive impact on the less fortunate. But we must help many more.
506 Christmas gifts were purchased and given to abandoned and orphan children, but there are so many more kids to uplift.
We gave away 397 blankets and fed 565 people during Love Week. But there are so many more to warm and to feed.
We helped fund the planting of churches in Western Zambia this year and also funded the sinking of water wells in villages, impacting thousands of people and literally saving hundreds and hundreds of lives. But there are more villages needing fresh water and more lives that need to be saved.
We sponsor and care for 5 compassion children, yet there's so many more children needing support.
The search for land for our expansion continued, and we must continue that search.
We built Bridge Cafe and renovated the foyer, honoring the community by providing excellent facilities and connection areas. Yet more excellent upgrades are required.
We had an effective year, an impactful year. We had a good year, but we mustn't rest there.
Recently, due to the water shortages across the country.
Thus intentionally and unlawfully killing him.
Violence broke out between police officers, protesting students, and workers at the university.
6 buses were burnt down in a violent protest, and reports say striking workers again gathered to make their voices heard. Shattered on Tuesday afternoon when a frantic car chase ended in a fatal gun battle.
Rummaging through the ruins of their home, they are left with nothing. Says the remains of a woman were found in the backyard of the Soweto residence.
The number of deaths over the festive season increased by 11% to over 1,750 people.
We had reports yesterday of a dead whale floating offshore, which is not...
In a space of 5 days, well enough. Flames on Wednesday. Simonsburg fire continued.
Tonight, we pay tribute to humankind's ability to dream and endure.
7 symbols of unity.
100 million votes have been cast by people all over the planet to choose the new 7 wonders of the world.
The new 7 wonders of the world.
Each of these 7 wonders has a commonality. They are big, not just in size, but in impact, in inspiration, in influence, and in their ability to attract. The 7 wonders are evidence that good isn't enough. They are evidence of the impact of pioneering. They are evidence that we can always do more and be more. They are evidence that the impossible isn't in fact impossible. They encourage us to be big.
Our church can't simply settle it good. Our church can't be complacent. Our church can't rest. Our church must become a wonder that successfully impacts and influences people from all walks of life, all genders, races, and generations. We must continue to pioneer. We must do and become more. We must move lives.
But what is big? The definition of big is of considerable size or extent. So what is the size and extent of our lives? What is the size and extent of our influence? And what is the size and extent of our church? Let's be more. Let's be considerable. Let's be big.
A year of big faith.
God is with us.
We are called.
We are chosen.
We are ready.
As we tackle the challenges and opportunities this year has to offer,
let's do so with big faith.
We have the assurance that
We can rely on Christ.
To believe the impossible.
To expect the extraordinary.
a big year requires big hope.
A year where each of us has the confidence
to live with greater conviction that God can do all things in our lives.
this year, let's live with the anticipation to be more and do more for Christ than ever before.
We hope to be a church where multitudes come into an intimate relationship with Christ,
instilling purpose and a passion for God, people, and life.
Our big God displays big love.
A big love that must be demonstrated
by us to everyone. A year where showing and living out
unconditional, undeserved, and unrestricted love is simply a way of life.
A big life depends on
our ability to love all people.
A big life is about seeing what God sees
and loving others
with the same unconditional love that He has shown us.
2016, a year of helping people.
a year of bigger reach,
A year of excellence.
a year of belonging.
a year of compassion.
A year of big faith, big hope, and big love. These three things remain the source. They're the fuel of our relationship with God and with others. They are the foundation of considerable size and extent. They are the foundation of big.
We will strive to have considerable size and extent this year. We will have big faith, big hope, and big love in 2016, and we will become more effective as a church and as individuals. We will continue to strive towards purposed living. We will continue living our lives as an act of passionate worship. We will continue engaging with God in a prayer lifestyle, and we will always remain people-minded.
Our services will continue to be a predominant focus this year. Each service will be a bridge to the community, a bridge to those needing a fresh touch of God, and a bridge to creating capacity to love. Our services will create a welcome home atmosphere where everyone can feel like they belong. They'll develop and strengthen our ability to create a sense of belonging and will create a greater sense of expectation for the future. And it's with this in mind that we are thrilled to pioneer our third morning service starting next week. This is a big step for us. It'll be another great bridge to our community, making space for many more to find comfortable place within our church. By introducing another service, we can increase our potential to reach an additional 400 people each week. It will also give us greater opportunities to show big love and to serve with a big capacity, caring for others at a greater level. We invite everyone to get behind this big initiative and to become part of our volunteer team so that together we can increase the size and extent of our influence. This additional service creates space. This additional service reaches more people. This additional service makes a big difference.
We are truly excited to host a number of world-class guests this year. Kicking off with Pastor Ryan Malouf from Expression Church Seattle, Pastor Glenn Barrett from Audacious Church Manchester, Jedediah Thurner from Oakland Church Michigan, and many more. We encourage you to make every effort to prioritize your growth and not to miss any of these epic weekends.
Life College will remain an important facet of church life this year. So we want to encourage you to take just 36 hours of 2016 and invest them into developing a big life. Life College will help everyone to cultivate big faith, big hope, and big love. Each course is geared to provide practical wisdom for all areas of life. Life College should become a way of life this year.
After the success of our first boardroom meeting in October last year, we will continue investing in our business community. Our first meeting will be held within the first quarter of the year with industry experts provoking thought leadership in various areas, as well as facilitating discussion forums for every leadership level offered. A highly valuable opportunity for those serious about big business results this year.
We are building another big bridge to big faith, big hope, and big love this year. And we will be launching our inaugural Bridge Conference, which will take place in August. A conference that promises to be the highlight of the year and in years to come. We will host anointed world-class international and local speakers, and this conference will inspire faith, provide hope, and cultivate love, equipping us to be more effective in everything we do. Bridge Conference will also provide everyone with yet another opportunity to build bridges to those who need to meet Jesus. It will become an avenue to increase the size and extent of our reach. It will be another opportunity to move lives.
The size and extent of our faith, hope, and love can immeasurably enlarge when we commit to connect groups. We encourage you to become a big proponent of the vision this year and make the big investment to either join, host, or facilitate a connect group and help us move lives. We aim to see at least 50% of our church attending a connect group regularly. Let's make this a reality.
As part of our dream to build a world-class, life-changing children's ministry, we are going to be increasing our investment into our kids this year. We have increased the size of our children's church team to enable us to be more effective pastorally and educationally. The size and the extent of our impact on children will be enlarged this year as we invest into much-needed renovations and upgrades to classes, common areas, and equipment. We take a big leap forward this year with additional investments to be directed towards developing fun, effective audio-visual training materials, and curriculum for all ages. Our passion is to see our children have big faith, big hope, and be capable of big love this year.
Ladies, we will host 5 women's meetings this year. The lineup includes exceptional guest speakers, plenty of fun, pampering, passion, purpose, and God's presence. Every meeting will also include a full children's program. We are so excited to see you there.
And as a church, we will continue to provide you with an opportunity to sow into the expansion of Bridge Church. And later this year, we will once again encourage each and every one of you to sow into our miracle offering. And our miracle offering will provide each and every one of us to sow a miracle and reap a miracle as we sow into God's kingdom and allow God to do miraculous things in each and every one of our lives.
Ongoing support of the Zambia projects will take the form of ongoing monthly investment into church planting into Western Zambia. Once again, we will fund the sinking of water wells, 80% of all illnesses in the area stem from a lack of suitable drinking water, where 3 out of 5 children die before their 5th birthday. So once again, we will raise money for wells over our Easter services, where we can make a considerable difference because thousands of lives depend on our generosity in this area.
And this year, we will continue to invest into leadership. To embrace a big life, we need to be big leaders. And each and every one of us needs to be willing to grow personally and to invest into the lives of others. So this year, we will invest extensively into the development of young adults and young teen leaders in particular. We will invest in the development of wisdom, character, servanthood, and leadership. And we will also spend significant effort in raising these young leaders for the platform this year. Our passion is to see young, vibrant, anointed men and women of God released into their gifting for the benefit of God's kingdom. We are dedicated to developing a strong leadership call because this will enable us to be more effective in reaching the younger generations in our city. Each and every one of us needs to have a passion to see the young teens and the young adults of our city impacted for Jesus. So let's get behind this as we go forward and raise leaders that make a difference.
Our Dare to Care Foundation remains an ever-present focus. We will continue to generate significant individual support via Bridge as well as via corporate donors this year. The size and extent of our impact is only limited by the human and financial resources we will be able to generate. Let's get together and use our hands and rands to uplift the lives of the less fortunate.
Bridge Builders is a ministry for those who have a desire to fund the development of God's kingdom and feel that they have the gift of giving. In Romans 12 verse 6, it says, "In His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. If it is the gift of giving, give generously."
We will invest in building bridges to the unchurched by creating contemporary, relevant, and dynamic encounters where everyone feels welcome. In addition, we encourage everyone new to Bridge to register for our What's Next information dinner, as well as our Kickstart and Fast Forward courses. Your investment will prove invaluable.
Baptism is a critical element in our walk with Christ, so we will continue to encourage everyone to be baptized. The size and extent of our efficacy as a follower of Jesus is dramatically enlarged after baptism. Take this big step this year.
We will continue to enlarge our size and extent of our reach through hosting Heal Weekly. This truly life-changing ministry will offer support, comfort, and direction to families affected by the deadly grip of addiction.
Without the Holy Spirit, nothing we achieve will be big enough. Big faith, big hope, and big love has its foundations in the work of the Holy Spirit. So throughout 2016, we will continue to host frequent meetings aimed at releasing God's favor and Spirit on people's lives.
We must keep doing more, so property and land is an essential investment because it provides better facilities for caring and discipleship. So as Bridge Church continues to grow, we will need additional facilities. So this year we are planning to purchase 2 additional properties that will provide us 3,300 square meters of usable land. This will allow us to park an additional 90 cars per service, and in addition to that, provide us with 17 offices. Not only that, we will be able to create 5 additional venues for iKids. And all of this is paving the way towards receiving 1,500 people per weekend.
A year where good isn't enough.
A year where we will build on our strengths and take ground.
A year where we will make an even greater impact.
A year where we will develop considerable size and extent.
A year of big faith.
A year of big hope.
And a year of big love.
2016, a year of big.